Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to New Day on Signature TV, and of course, welcome to our newspaper headlines. First up on Saturday, Nation, how a deadly flood killed 111 at Niger. A rider moves tourists stranded as bridge linking north and southwest collapses. On Simon Ekpa, Finnish prosecutor's six-year jail term for agitator. IPOB grounds Southeast again with sit-at-home protests. Record stock rally greets Tinubu's first 2 years. And NGX posts a 111% growth, highest under any precedent since 1999. Can be found on pages 2 and 27 respectively and below the mast. Governor Buni's second term in office, elevating service delivery across Yobe State, a snapshot of key projects and programs. Moving on to the Saturday Times. Insecurity. I beg your pardon. Insecurity. Your report will embolden terrorists. Counterterrorism Center tells Amnesty International. Borno government to provide scholarship to children of 8 slain CJTF. And below the mast, EFCC files fresh charges against Emefiele. Says accuses ex-CBN governor of stealing acquisition of 753 housing units. Moving on, prophecy fulfilled. Bright Thessia prophesied Azani's secret bunker, page 18. Reps investigate midnight conduct of WASC. And federal government mourns victims of Mokwa flood disaster and mobilizes relief efforts. INEC sets date for Ekiti Osun Guba elections. And 2 years anniversary, Tinubu's administration, a blessing to Nigeria, coming from APC. Ubasani to activists, defend democracy, keep politicians on toes. Next up, this day, just above the mast, Moody's upgrades Nigeria's rating. Stock market gains 7.7 trillion naira in 5 months. With rider elated Edun targets rapid, sustained, and inclusive growth. Fagbemi, EFCC ICPC recovered $105.9 million looted funds in 2024. On INEC, Ekiti Osun Guba elections hold August 2026, swears in 6 RECs. Amid new $8 billion investment, Tinubu announces fresh incentives for oil sector. The trader says to return 50% of incremental cost savings to investors, set to cut project costs and caps tax credit at 20%. Simon Ekpa appears in Finnish court on terrorism charges. Over to Saturday Punch. Coming from Pastor Kumuyi, my wife died due to my absence. I am avenging her. On terrorism, prosecutors seek 6-year sentence for Simon Ekpa. My son who died in Lagos building collapse scored 320 in UTME, says driver. Niger flood of fury. Over 100 dead, 70 buried, 100 missing. How I lost 17 family members, coming from survival. And Tinubu orders rescue and relief efforts. Ex-AIG orders back Egbetokun after reform backlash. How I became a chartered accountant at 17, coming from a Babcock student. Speed Darlington snubs NAPTIP summons. Nude trade, ex-short syndicate account after Punch investigation. All right, and that's much we can take on today's newspaper headlines. Over to our newspaper reviews, and Chris, the Oracle Maduka himself, is live in the studio to do justice to our review. Good morning, Chris, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Chigi.
Yeah, while I was doing the introductions, we were busy scribbling something down.
Yes.
I guess so many things, caught your attention.
Yeah, well, I've got into that stage. You call ourselves Christian fathers.
Indeed.
So when you do not write it down, you miss it. Because our memory now comes like telecom services in Nigeria.
Epileptic.
When you have called on telecom, you say, the number you're calling now is switched
Not
off.
available.
And you call again in week. So you wonder when they switch on and off. So our memories come like that. Yeah. Apologies to people in our
But we're still pushing.
Of course, we can't say we can't give up on it. It's not over until it's over.
Definitely.
But I won't forget to say you are looking African mama-ish.
Oh.
And that's good.
Thank
and when you're already thinking Nigeria, when you wear made in Nigeria, appear
made in Nigeria.
That's you are preaching what you are doing what you are preaching. Yeah.
Indeed.
That's good. So let's go. And the nations of course this day captured that he said is flood of fury. But all the newspapers we are reviewing this morning are all
Sunday Punch says it's Niger flood of fury.
Yes, it's Punch that said that.
Okay.
And it's incredible. 111 people already put down as dead.
The thing is, we
and
always
over 70, 100 missing, 70 already buried.
I know that even on this table, some months ago, we've had discussions on how to prevent flooding, and then these things, they happen again, and then we react to it. When do we become proactive to ensure these things don't happen? And even if they do, not to this, to this level of 100 people dead already, over 100 actually, dead already. It's...
Chigi, we're talking about Nigerians who the same blood run in their veins. They feel what we feel, or they felt what we are feeling now, and they are gone just in the twinkle of an eye. And everything we're talking now is history. But what you're saying now is what came to my mind while I was scribbling down these issues. On this desk, we talked about NIMET's report telling Nigerians that over 30 or 26 Nigerian states will come under serious flood. We said it here. And I said that day, as if I'm a prophet of doom, God forbid I won't be that. But I said, Chigi, watch out. That will be here. This flood will still come and kill Nigerians. And this morning, this is what we're seeing. All these records, the people themselves that had lost, somebody said these are few people that gathered 17 family members in one event. Tell me, which disaster in world record that have existed that people have suffered this? In one flood, one night rain. This has happened. And they was warned. Nimet, these are the people. When Nimet, they did not pay their salary. They went on strike for a few hours. Because the people that take decision in Nigeria travel by air. They actually went to settle Nimet staff. When we are talking about Nigerian Meteorological Services Agency, they paid them and they resumed work. So that they give a report to keep flying. They didn't consider the report Nimet gave Nigeria as an emergency, that many Nigerian states will come under flood. In 2025, Niger State storm, one down, with serious number.
The numbers are just...
So you can imagine, if politicians really care for the population, if Nigerian population is what takes them to wherever they are, they will consider this. That whoever want to return or whoever is contesting to be one player, that 100 Nigerians, eligible voters, may be among them. Because when you do you check how many in one constituency. In one polling booth, according to INEP records, you don't have more than 300, highest not more than 500 in one polling booth in Nigeria. So imagine in one constituency, probably one sector that have one polling booth, 100 people already gone. And they are talking, some say 110, some say 70 buried, some say 100 missing. The 100 missing went where? Instead of them to say we lost 210 people. They're just sounding correct. 100 missing.
100 dead.
If flood came, it's not that there is an invasion of terrorism or banditry, and then some people run into the bush who have not recovered, confirmed whether they are dead. Flood carried them. Instead of you declaring that the flood has carried them away, you are saying they are missing 100. You are sure 100 dead. Then 100 missing. It's crazy. This is sad. It brings tears to my eyes that these are Nigerians are dying every day. Put this to hunger and hardship, Chigi. Put it to banditry and terrorism. Put it to house collapse. Yes. Houses are collapsing. Nigerians are now, we have a multi-billion naira cement industry. Whatever they mix up to bring us now is like what you use to custard. It's custard and akamu. They used to do cement these days. Because, or whatever that's happening that's making houses collapse, nobody is thinking about it. All we are talking about is 2 years of Tinubu in office. And then how 2007 will bring him back. Nothing. That's the life of Nigerians. And you say these people have heart, that they have conscience, that they think that that we are human beings like them. They drew the class. They made joke before us when they went to the National Assembly, the Senate of all places. And they were pushing down their gavel. Let Nigeria, let the poor breathe. Nigeria, let the masses breathe. Whatever joke. They turn our hardship and hunger, our pains. Though. And they advise us anywhere you see food, chop. Because it's a blessing. And just start saying certain things.
It was all a joke.
That's it. You can make joke when you can. I've never sat here for the last 1 year making any joke because I cannot afford. You will be in a relaxed condition to make jokes. The people who we have sent to Abuja to represent us are comfortable with 29 million naira in the account that is tax-free, settled. They can make jokes about our lives. So we don't blame them. And that is what we see. And Niger flood of fury. I'm not predicting. We'll be here. Another Nigerian state will witness flood of devastation. Nigerians know how to manufacture words. Flood of fury. Beautiful headline. But coming from punchy punch. What else? Who has noticed that this flood of fury might repeat itself in a nearby state? And then, Nigerians will, if it was during those days, there was much narrative that went around, and I was looking at Nigerians. Who did this to us? They said when Cameroon opened his dams, Nigerians will be overflooded. And this has happened over time now. Who is opening this flood now? This dam now? When Nimet said, floods are coming, and this what the states would have taxed their. We have Ministry of Environment, you have Ministry of Internal Affairs, we have Ministry of Special Duties, we have Ministry of Works. Who will tax these commissioners? Let's find out the areas of our state that are prone to this flood. Let's begin to think. Even if they mutate the idea and then politics swallow it, it would mean they are doing something. I told you Nigerian politicians are so, I don't know, use this word, but they're so insensitive. They don't even know how to think creatively to tell us lies. Because if they are thinking creatively to tell us, you show they are working. At least they convince us and keep us under their check. But the thing is that they take everything for granted. They tell us everything. They just walk about. And then whenever something happens, you see how they rush to it. Whenever it concerns them, that's when you hear. If Nimet, who predicted this over 6 months ago, or about 3 months ago, will sit somewhere and tell them that they are going to have they just went on strike because they predicted there will be serious during Harmattan days, hazy, and they just say, hey, pay these people to come back to work so that we can continue to fly. Whether flood carry anybody who is on the ground. and he has carried. You start hearing structured speeches.
Relief.
Tinubu ordered rescue and relief efforts. Governor mourns.
Always reactionary.
Secretary of the state wrote. National Assembly bemoans and cries.
Never proactive.
When you carry the corpse of another man, it looks like you're carrying a log of wood. But God has a way of making it go round. The Dibia that makes the juju for running stomach did not keep his nash up here. One day, he will make mistake. That I can see by on. Everything will equalize. Nature has a way of putting people in. Even if you run to anywhere, if what you sow, you must reap it. If Nigerians have trusted their life with you, take a decision. If you try your best, it's not working, Nigerians will see it. But we are saying that most of the people we trusted with our life are not doing anything. That's really painful. Because you can do what you can do. You can't do otherwise. Dibia Adagwa and Elios. No Dibia. Whether it's the one that come from your state, when you were talking Anambra before, we thought, but your state now, Ezagu, close by, has also become famous with Okite. Virtual videos everywhere. Okite is also in Enugu. My friend who is behind the camera here told me, the Anambra people have to. I said, no, you do come around.
Maybe he learned his strength from Anambra.
And the man is watching me. The snake that beat Anambra has just touched his tail on Enugu. And then Okite is emanating from Ezagu. And when they went, some people, this morning, virtual video I watched this morning, say, all the bushes in Ezagu, all the Dibias has pushed their Okite, they've deployed Okite to the bushes because they don't want the Okite at home. Why some of them bought land where Okite? I saw one. If you see where they load Okite.
What is that?
But Nigerians are Igbo man. Igbo man. Igbo. So we've lost all our sense of this one when they were gaining at the point we are supposed to be. People are studying my boy business template in Harvard, and then see these people are struggling people who know how to sell sand into the Sahara Desert. Now, who did this to us that we turn around and depend on Okite and there's a Y and there's a DBS to make us fortune? Something is wrong. The people that they are waiting to roast has turned back to bath with fuel. Even when they can't get fuel, they now find how to concoct because they are the intelligent Igbo people. If they don't find fuel, I'm sure they are brewing something they will use to bath so that they get burnt easily. And that is Okite and Ibobo and all manner of trash. God bless you. Whatever a man sow, he will reap. What else do I say?
Moving on.
I'm saying, yes. What else? There's nothing here. The amnesty reported about security in Nigeria. And the chief of army staff said, your report will embolden
terrorism.
So what it means is they are indirectly telling amnesty, don't tell the world what is happening here. In a nearby state, we find out that there is a calculated attempt by everybody to keep pretending things are normal. If somebody mosquito bites you, no, mosquito doesn't bite in this state. But obodo na efufu amwam, how they fufu too. Mosquito will bite somebody. No, the one they will touch mosquito will die. It will bury him a secret. That's so. If they say some people attack some people in the bush, kill them, rape them, if trailers carrying fuel get to some person in the state and some assault and die and burn and kill people, they want to report. They say, no, only one person died. When you know, so what are you, when you know the world knows, how can you, in the social media era, the best thing is for you to begin to open up so that people will know where your problems are. Izobe Oya, Ntafo. You know, the Spartan boy was having an animal inside it, and the thing was eating him up. He said, Spartan boy, don't cry. So the man suddenly fell during a parade. You never said, Chigi, I'm feeling stomach pain here, help me. Oh. So that Chigi will say, hey, who can get you, whatever you can get, you make an attempt. And you satisfy yourself that this man spoke his mind and you try to help him. What is the essence of you don't have security? You don't have everything in order. It's only when you cry. We used to have Samba when he cried and got Imo State developed to the point where we have idiots that come and take over his legacy. But because he saw, he said, I cry, even at old age when Samba cried to make Imo State one of the highest developed states. Yeah. But some people now want to bold, and say, then terrorism charge. Prosecutors are seeking for 6 years sentence for Simon Epa in Finland. That is wonderful. If you say, I charge you for terrorism, they quickly prosecute you, put you 6 years. Before you come back, you see a penalty. But then, but what happens in Nigeria? Yeah, when they capture you and put you, nobody has said, Ibu ebile, or have ebile to go. What happens? So who are the ones they've prosecuted in Nigeria? How many has the prosecutors asked for them to be sentenced? So you held people for offense. They don't know whether you can say they are guilty. If some, even court of competent decision say they are not guilty, you're still holding them. So which court are we Nigeria designed?
A lot of questions, clamoring for answers.
But, well, who we answer for? Nigerians are there. We are dropping questions for who? People have answered their own question in their own country. If you don't answer yours, who will answer? Sure. Who will love you more than your mama?
Nobody.
Nobody. Right, and nobody will love you more than yourself. So God bless Nigeria. God bless you, Chigi.
Nigeria. God bless you.
And keep looking beautiful like this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm not saying anything. I won't ask you to come and make me happy. Because that would be against the rule of this business.
We have run out of time. We don't have time for this. Thank you so much for staying with us. New Day continues right after now.
Signature TV, news in your pocket.